Hi everyone, this is Norman Koshnek here. Live after a long time actually. And I thought I would come on live. I'm not 100%, but what an incredible IPL climax this is going to be. We've just had game 69 and about to enter game 70, which is the last two games of this whole extravaganza, to say the least. So the reality is that it's a climax in the true sense of the word. What an innings from Cameron Green, scoring 100 off literally the last ball of the 20-over match. The way that Sunrisers Hyderabad admirably scored 5 for 200, but unfortunately they came up to a red-hot Mumbai Indians side. It looks like they may have made the final cut in terms of the actual. In terms of how many, how can I describe this? In terms of they made the cut to the top four. Obviously, we have the likes of Gujarat Titans, well and truly number one, with Chennai Super Kings at 2 and 3, Lucknow Super Giants. They're the top three, and it's only the fourth spot that we need to fill, and that will be currently with, of course, either RCB, who are about to play a game now, which they're playing against Gujarat Titans, so that's the top side of the competition. They're already qualified. But if RCB can get across the line against Gujarat Titans, well, then there is a chance that they would go through. But at the moment, Mumbai Indians slot themselves into fourth spot based on, well, effectively a pretty impressive situation regarding the way that the title has gone. So look, Gujarat play RCB as we speak. It has been raining there quite heavily. There's some doubt as to whether they'll be play. Gujarat Titans have won the bat, and I believe, if I'm not, they've chosen to field, so they'll bowl. Therefore, RCB will go into bat. Now, depending on the run rate, RCB, Mumbai Indians currently have got the 14 matches completed with 16 points. They have a net run rate of minus .044. RCB are actually 0.18, so they've got a healthier run rate. If RCB win, you would argue that RCB will go through. But if it rained out, they'll effectively have no result, and that would mean Mumbai Indians will go through. So, interesting scenario. Of course, Gujarat Titans may not want RCB to win, and they want to win as well, and that would in turn leave RCB out. So, Mumbai have currently got the fourth spot. The match has been delayed. The 70th match in Bengaluru, of course, Chinnaswamy Stadium. Quite an impressive situation indeed. So it's an interesting situation. I would ask, the whole scenario itself is there's a lot to be said about this game. Well, let's go back for a minute to the previous match here of okay, as it stands, I'll quickly just refer to the match. Gujarat Titans are the qualifier in Chennai, and they'll play against Chennai Super Kings. So that winner will go through the winner qualifier 1 versus winner qualifier 2. So effectively, they win, they go straight through. Duplessis is just tossed. So at this point in time, we do have teams that are there in the position ready to go through. 3 of the 4 sides are through, with one about to be decided. Probably most of you would think Mumbai Indians are through because they're in that situation. The Bangalore team, of course, have Kohli, Maxwell, and the likes of Bracewell all playing well. But let's have a look at the scenario. Okay. So the game that we just witnessed a minute ago, Mumbai Indians defeated Sunrisers Hyderabad in a cat. Had a couple overs left. They were not in any danger of not being able to get through. So that was a good sign. I'm just trying to work out who was watching. Okay. So most people would agree that RCB are now up against it. They've got to win this match against Gujarat Titans. They've got the likes of Redmond Saar, Gill. Of course, they've got Hardik and Shark there on the side. They've got a pretty good damn good side, actually. But I just don't know whether they're going to be that enthused to play. Well, Gujarat Titans are already through. If they're going to hold themselves back, because in the actual schedule we'll see Gujarat Titans will play Chennai Super Kings on Wednesday the 24th, which is effectively midnight, so I believe the 23rd actually, the real time. No, it's just a great situation. Then, of course, the day after, Lucknow Super Giants will play either RCB or MI in that match, and then we'll go through qualifier 2 and qualifier 1. And the fact is that both of those teams will go through, the winners of those teams will go through and play, and then it'll lead to what will be the final, which will be held at Ahmedabad, a stadium of great note. It's certainly the biggest stadium in, we have. Okay, I'm trying to get a hold of it. All right, so Gujarat Titans playing second place Chennai Super Kings. Third place Lucknow Super Giants play either RCB or MI. You would argue that MI are now in the box seat. RCB not only have to win this match, there has to be a result in the match. The weather's not good. The weather forecast is chances of rain between 49% and about 65%, dropping to 27%. That's heavy percentages in favour of rain. The players are displaying there from the dressing rooms there at Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore, and it doesn't look like there's very much going on there in terms of. So, in this RCB versus Gujarat Titans match, you could argue that these two teams could be playing against each other in the final. It could easily happen. If Gujarat beat Chennai and then Lucknow are beaten by RCB if they qualify, they could well be the finalists. So, are we seeing a rehearsal for the final? It's possible. As it stands now, Mumbai Indians actually their net run rate is not as bad as I thought. It's minus 0.04. RCB is 0.18. So realistically, RCB win, they're through. It's as simple as that. RCB win this match by 1 run, they're through. It's somewhat of a yeah, I don't know. It's rather a big. It's a rather big moment for us. And Mumbai Indians have done all they possibly can. They're sitting now, waiting in the background, hoping that they will actually get themselves through the final. I'm just going to try and pull up that there. 9. And down to. Yeah, I'm not seeing the amount. It's quite frustrating. I must have lost my stream now. All right, so here we are live at this point in time. It is quite exciting. I can see in front of me the monitors showing the Lucknow Super Giants, the Gujarat Titans fielders out there that are still running. The actual pitch looks like uncovered now. Looks like they're ready to play. It's somewhat of a it looks like we're ready to play. We're going to be playing very soon. We at the moment have only a small bit of covering on the pitch. People are expecting it now. I think we're going to get play at some stage. Maybe it'll be an abbreviated version of the match with RCB needing to win to put themselves back in the 4th spot, and they could well be playing Gujarat Titans in the final. It's possible. Quite incredible. So yeah, it's a so-called there's a qualifier 1, which is between Gujarat and Chennai Super Kings. The winner of that goes through to qualifier 2. The loser, say it's Chennai Super Kings, will play the winner of Lucknow Super Giants and either RCB or MI. And the winner of that will then be able to play Gujarat Titans in the final. So it could well be that RCB could go right through. Very possible. The so-called qualifier 1 is the first 2 teams. They're in the best position to go straight through the final. The winner of that goes straight to the final. The loser has a second chance in the eliminator in Chennai and can go through and play the qualifier 2, which will be held in Ahmedabad. So yeah, there you go. It's somewhat of an interesting situation indeed. RCB to win, and people are saying, I can see. Yes, indeed. Well, let's hope it does. Yeah, the Koshnik there are commenting, yes. Okay, we need to be able to just make judgment on this and see what we can do. It's going to be an interesting kettle of fish, I would say. Oops. Look, I don't have any doubt that, I have no doubt that Australia will be happy with Cam Green's form in the series. We'll be also happy with Tim David, although he's not in the Test series. Labuschagne's playing very well at the moment, so is Steve Smith. So I feel a few of them in the World Test Championship, which starts on June 7th to June 11th at the Oval in England, has equal importance. Of course, this is May 22nd now, at least in Australia, it's May 22nd. It's May 21st in India. We're only a couple of weeks away from that happening, but this is all coming to a climax very soon. In fact, the final will be next Sunday, May 28th. We're a week away to the final of this, and you would have to think the Gujarat Titans will be able to be in that final to defend their situation. So we're getting comments here. Comments. I'm looking at the comments. I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyway, it hasn't been what I would call one of the best. I'm going to say high or it's a real issue with the way in which this tournament goes. I would argue that we've got a lot more to see. It's reached 69 matches. In fact, the 70th that happened the last. That is an incredible, virtually 2 months of cricket. We have seen virtually a game every day, and on weekends we see 2. So you're looking at a situation where we've been given a blessing. Of course, batsmen like Sky and Sky Kumar there, he's been very good during the series. So Jaswal, obviously Cam Green's coming to form now, even Rohit Sharma is coming to form. But I think the standout has been Faf du Plessis with his 700 plus runs. And he'd be batting today for RCB. He's been a standout as well. Kohli's done particularly well in his efforts. Kind of a pity that RCB and Mumbai is both not in the actual Final Four. I think Lucknow Super Giants have been, in my opinion, somewhat lucky. Gujarat Titans have deserved their position. Chennai Super Kings have deserved their position. But I would have thought MI and RCB should both have been placed in the final. So we're looking at the start of that match happening soon. So, of course, going back to the games today, Sunrise Hyderabad, they virtually came last. Did a commendable job. They got 5 for 200. But Mumbai Indians never looked in doubt, being 2 for 201 with Cam Green 100 and Rohit Sharma scoring 50. Some very impressive totals indeed. I think there's a lot to be said about that. There's a lot going on. A lot to be said about that. So, all right. So you can see I've had a bit of a cold. I've been offline for a while. Clearly, we've got a lot of cricket about to come back on deck. We've got the World Test Championship June 7th to June 11th. There's also some Roland Garros tennis, the French Open. Then we move into the Ashes series in England, between Australia and England, of course. And that'll be for most of the month of June into July. Then we'll be heading in preparation for what will be a massive World Cup in India, which I will be there for. I know I keep saying it, but I'm definitely going to be there. I'm hoping you all can join me and allow me to be a part of it. Mainly, will Australia start favourites in the World Test because of the conditions? I think they will. If Virat and Faf advised they might reach on a plus score, they probably will. I actually think that RCB deserve to be there, certainly. But so does Mumbai Indians. So it's I can't quite split them, but I'm afraid only one of those two teams will get through, which is very, very unfortunate. RCB. The abbreviation is not easy to put. RCB. RCB. Okay. Yeah, so we'll try and do more regular live programs because I'm having returned to the program. It's been a while since I've had it on. I hope the people come back as you normally do. We are going to be on air quite regularly doing this. Again, RCB need to beat Gujarat Titans in the final match there at Bengaluru, which is at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, to bring themselves back in the top four, because at the moment they're fifth on points, if not sixth. So Gujarat Titans play Chennai Super Kings. I'll repeat that. Gujarat Titans play Chennai Super Kings on, Monday my time. It'll be Wednesday my time, which will be in fact Tuesday your time. And it'll be qualifier 1 in Chennai. And that winner will then go through to qualifier 2, which is effectively, it gets an Ahmedabad, and that will put them through. In fact, no, they won't go. They won't. I'll take that back. If Gujarat beats Chennai Super Kings, Gujarat will not. They'll go straight through to the final. Chennai will then have to play the winner of Lucknow and Mumbai Indians / RCB in the qualifier 2. That's the way it works. So one of the first two teams in qualifier 1 get a second bite of the cherry and can play the winner third or fourth to get through. So that eliminated game will be third and fourth, which is Lucknow and either RCB or Mumbai Indians. And that'll come down to whether RCB can actually win this match today against Gujarat Titans and win by 1 point will be fine, 1 run, because their net run rate is superior to that of MI. MI are sweating on the rain, which would be no result, or Gujarat winning, and that means MI go through. And after the innings with Cam Green scoring 100, which he got paid $3.3 million to be in his first IPL, he's done very, very well. So very impressive indeed. Any questions, guys? Let me hit through the live chat. Live chat. RCB to win? Oh, I think RCB will win. I think they will, if they are allowed to play and if the weather allows them. King Coley's hotel room. Showing King Coley's hotel room. Okay, so if you look through let's go to the table for a minute. Let's look at the table as it finished. Well, Sunrise Hyderabad were position 10th. Delhi Capitals there 9th. Punjab Kings 8. Kolkata Knight Riders 7. And 6 was Rajasthan Royals. So RCB and Mumbai are playing off that 4th position. Currently, Mumbai have 8 wins, 6 losses. Royal Challengers Bangalore have 7 wins, 6 losses, but also depending on this match. Lucknow Super Giants had 8 wins, 5 losses, and a no result, which gave them 1 point ahead of other teams. And Chennai Super Kings also had that same no result, 17 points. They were rather lucky. If one had lost that, they may have dropped. In fact, looking at the way it worked, though, they probably would have dropped it. They both had net run rates, which was successful. But really, Lucknow were very lucky, and to an extent, Chennai were as well. Gujarat were 9 with 4 losses. They basically, yet again, deserve to be where they are. It was their first finishing. So that's pretty impressive indeed. So BBL comes up later this year. I'm losing my interest in BBL club, but I'm sorry, we're not getting the best players. We haven't got the money and the competition, and it does worry me. Just wanted to talk about AFL for a minute, which is not really related to cricket. The Australian Football League in Australia is seen to be one of our number one sports, and I'm always disappointed with that because we don't play against any other country. There is no Australian team that represents our country in that sport. So why are we putting effort into soccer, rugby, cricket, and not giving AFL the same level of coverage? That's my thoughts. I think AFL, until it becomes an Australian sport playing against other countries, we shouldn't be giving it as much credit. And we do play this hybrid match against the Gaelic team and Gaelic football, which is not even close to the same sport. So what on earth we're talking about that for is beyond me. I'm also a little bit disappointed today with the Sri Lankan women's team. Lakshya Silva, who scored 63 not out and won that match, and ended up winning the match, man of the match, player of the match, and part of the series, wasn't really acknowledged by her captain as much as she should have been. It's rather disappointing that when someone does well, that they don't get supported by the captain. Why? Because she doesn't like the fact that she's not the center of attention and she's not the player of the match or the man of the match. And that always frustrates me. I must say this on public television or on YouTube, that we need to be able to understand that you're not always going to be the only player mentioned. And you should acknowledge other players in your team and not leave them out. Anyway, that's another point altogether. I'm not happy with that. So, RCB, people are saying RCB, yeah, RCB should win this if they get on the wicket. The question is if they get on the wicket. There is some doubt if the weather's not well. I'm just going to see what they're saying the weather. RCB deserve to be in there. So does MI. So what are they saying? Right, drama junkies. What have we got in store tonight? Some cricket, I hope. Yeah. The new starting time is 8:25, so about 10 minutes from now. Still 20 overs. Oh, sorry, hurrah. So it looks like there is going to be a start in 10 minutes' time, and it will still be 20 overs per team. Then there's Gujarat Titans, who finished at 1, RCB, who are effectively 5th, possibly 4th. And don't forget, the RCB team has Virat Kohli and Faf du Plessis as captain, who has both played very well. Glenn Maxwell, Lomro, Michael Bracewell, Rawat, Dinesh Karthik as keeper, Harsha Patel, Wayne Parnell, Vijay Kumar Visak, and Mohammad Siraj, of course, as well. In the Gujarat Titans team, the number 1 team that won last year's comp and are still in there now. Raman Saha, keeper and opening bat, Shubman Gill, Yash Dayal, Hardik Pandya as captain, David Miller, Tawatia, Dustin Shanaka from Sri Lanka, Rashid Khan, a great bowler and all-rounder, Noor Ahmad Mohammad Shami, a great bowler, and Mohit Sharma. Certainly a good side. I like Rashid Khan and Dustin Shanaka. Shubman Gill's been fantastic. Hardik Pandya has been good. Saha's not been too bad either. So they've basically been leading it. So the new starting time is 8:25, which is still another, 8 minutes away? Thereabouts. It's still scheduled for 20 overs. All right. Any questions, guys? So we're going to restart these programs. I've had a decent break. It's been good. I've been doing it for a long time now. I gave you regular daily updates on the commentary pages, but we're going to continue these live broadcasts through the finals of the IPL now, both the qualifier 1 and qualifier 2, and the eliminator match leading into the final in a week's time. We then lead into the World Test Championship, June 7th, World Test 7th between Australia and England, into the Ashes series until late June, July. we've got the likes of French Opens, Australian Opens, French Opens, Wimbledon, all floating around for that period. And we're going to move that into other series in between. But the penultimate will be, or the ultimate, in fact, will be the IPL next year. But before that, we'll have a World Cup in India in the months of October and November this year. And I will be based in India for that. So I'll be very happy to see you all, meet with you all. We'll have gatherings. We'll enjoy it no end. So RCB need to win. Gujarat do not need to win. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. We're a long way from anything. We've got a question mark here. All right. So, with some basically 5 minutes to go before play starts, Gujarat Titans have chosen to bowl first. That means RCB will bat first. Of course, the likes of Kohli and du Plessis will open that. Du Plessis, so far, if I'm looking at the stats, I'll show the IPL. Live stats series. Well, yeah, RCB, Gujarat Titans, 70th match, 70 matches. It's a very long IPL competition, but it's done in a way where I think everybody's interested and everybody watches. So, all right, guys, any questions? Anything you want to ask me? Looking at some pictures there of the match. Okay, that's kids. So I'm going to be also spending some time in Africa this year. I'm going to Kenya, Tanzania, also Uganda, Namibia, and Botswana, maybe Madagascar. Quite a few nice places. Very happy with that. That'll be before I head over to. Oh boy. So let's meet then. Let's meet. Sure. Okay, so right here we are, live from M. Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore. The crowd seems to be quite buoyant despite the rain. Game seems to be the Tata IPL 2023 coming to a crescendo here, the 70th match. Umpires are making their way to the field basically 2 minutes earlier than expected. Nitin Mignon and Virender Sharma are both walking out to the middle. The Gujarat Titans team are there ready to field, and the RCB opening batters are none other than Virat Kohli, with Qatar Airways being the sponsor, Virat Kohli and Faf du Plessis. So amazing players indeed. Rinma Saha is the keeper, of course, for Gujarat Titans, with Dinesh Karthik, the keeper for RCB. Dinesh Karthik, if I'm not wrong, played for Chennai Super Kings before, didn't he? So, of course, they've got another Rawat can also keep. I didn't say that before. So, Kohli, du Plessis, where the Maxwell goes at 3, Long Raw. I've got Karthik, Rawat, Lombard. There's quite a few players there. Bracewell as well. Batting all rounder. Michael Bracewell's a batting all rounder. I would have thought he was a bowling all rounder. I'm mistaken. So we're seeing live vision of Chinnaswamy Stadium, and there is faff to see an amazing amount of runs this season. I think he scored 700 runs. Kohli, 14 innings, 538 runs, 750s, a strike rate of 136. Incredible. But then faff to see 14 innings, 702 runs, 850s, and 154 strike rate. Incredible form is he in. Mohammad Shami is going to open the bowling. He's had 14 matches and it's taken 23 wickets. I believe that's the most. And a run rate of 7.55, which is commendable for the conditions. So here we are, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we will have a starting point here of the first match, match 70. Kohli's facing. Incredible. Kohli very circumspect there with a drive to deep cover. Tattooed to the hilt. Pitch looks very much like a drop into me. So can RCB win? They should. You'd think they would. Leg side's that a wide? It is a wide. So Glenn Maxwell looks like he's positioned as 3, Lombaror 4, Bracewell 5, Rawat 6, Kartik 7, and a string of bowlers after that. It's not as impressive a side. They've got Gujarat Titans side on the screens. Kohli's just whacked it over cover for a magnificent 4. He's looking a great touch. Beautiful inside out shot. Kohli very impressive on 4 off 3 balls, facing Shami, who's not a slouch when it comes to bowling. All right, guys, so here we are. RCB need to win, need to beat Gujarat Titans to then go through the 4th spot in the table. That'll leave Gujarat Titans to play Chennai Super Kings for the first qualifier. The winner of that goes through to the final. And then the loser of that, let's say it's Chennai Super Kings, will play the winner of the next match, which will be Lucknow Super Giants, and of course the winner, or either RCB or MI as the opposition. And then that winner will play, of course, in the match which will be, which will follow. So that's the way it goes. All right. Commentary there, we've got the likes of Matthew Hayden and Sunil Gavaskar there, I can see. So let's look at the playoffs and look at the schedule. Yes, the winner of Gujarat Titans and Chennai Super Kings goes straight through to the final on the 28th in Ahmedabad. And then the winner of Lucknow and either RCB or MI will play the loser of the Gujarat CSK match. And the winner of those 2 teams will then play against Gujarat Titans, let's say, in the final. Very exciting indeed. People are saying RCB will win. All right, so at this point, Gujarat Chennai lucked out. Then at this point, MI, but RCB win this, they'll go on top of them for the better net run. All right, everyone. So don't forget, we're going to have a whole list of matches coming up. So stay tuned. I'm sure people will get more involved with this. So I'll talk to you guys later.